Hey, it's Dr. Karen Ken. Welcome to the Spiritual Medicine Digest for this week. We are going to be talking about automatic alignment activators, or like I like to say, AAAs. But before we get into that topic, would love for you to subscribe to my channel. If you're new here, hit the notification bell so every time I do a new video, you will be notified. And I would love some comments as well. So if you like this video or have some feedback, definitely put comments below. So, Automatic Alignment Activators. That is a mouthful, yes. Sometimes I question why Source has me name things certain ways. Anyway, so years ago, as I was doing self-healing and healing for my clients and patients, I would come across the same type of imbalance happening over and over again, whether that be a boundary that went down or something else that needed clearing. And yeah, life happens. So sometimes you do have to repeat some healing directives, if you will. And, does your house stay clean all the time? No, right? Does your body stay clean all the time? No, you still have to actually go in the shower, hopefully, and clean yourself. So one day I asked Source, okay, so is it really necessary that I reboot my boundaries every single morning? The answer was no. So I was like, oh, all right. So what's the alternative? Can we do some sort of like automatic healing bubble or something? And shockingly, the answer was yes. So I said, okay, what do we have to do for that, right? So that's how the automatic alignment activators came about. Now, normally, in order for healing to really work well, we have to pay attention to what it is we desire to manifest. Makes sense, right? Law of attraction, yada, yada. For example, if your energy is in lack, but what you're saying and what you are thinking with your mind is, abundance, you get kind of mixed results. It's important to say only the things you really mean to manifest. I'm working on that. And there's nothing wrong with thinking positive things, but thinking positive things and being is very different. So your ability to focus on and pay attention to already having manifested the thing that you say you desire is often really the key to manifesting it. And, this is not news, and many people have heard about it from various different teachers of the law of attraction and manifestation. The automatic alignment activator is very interesting because it does not require your conscious attention to manifest that particular healing. However, there's a caveat. However, in order to create one does have to have practiced enough, in this case, TOLPAKAN healing, to have that type of attention. Okay, so let me back up and explain that. So when you have done your stillness exercise, right? Your stillness through observing internal movement, the being state, when you feel the energy in your body, you're fully present. And then you speak the TOLPAKAN healing directive, and you see, hear, feel the future reality that you wish to create. And a lot of times people can be very visual. So for example, if you are clearing, say, your son's school, you might actually picture a light vortex just clearing all the negative energy in and around the school, below the surface of the earth, blah, blah, blah. That is the most effective way of doing that. So as you practice the TOLPAKAN healing, as you practice the directives, you practice stillness, your attention gets more and more pointed and very, very precise. It's that degree of precision that allows you to then create an automatic alignment activator. So in the past, we called them power levels. I know that's not exactly the right term, TOLPAKAN healing power levels, but it's a way in which we could just gauge who can and who could not yet create an automatic alignment activator. Now, what I have found in practice is that all the TOLPAKAN Healing Certified Practitioners are at that power level that's necessary, which is a 9 or 10 out of 10. Okay, that's the minimum necessary to create your own automatic alignment activator. That being said, there's a lot already created, hundreds, probably thousands and thousands already created by many of us who are at that attention level. Now, in the past, we called them power levels. Now we can call them attention levels if you'd like. It's a little less, ego-based to say that. What I found is that people that practice TOLPAKAN healing for themselves or their family members day in and day out, even if they're not professional practitioners, they can also get to that power attention level of 9 or 10 out of 10, which is very exciting. So they can actually make their own automatic alignment activators. Yes. So how does the automatic alignment activators actually work? Well, my current understanding is that it has 3 main ingredients. Number 1 is that it does carry those TOLPAKAN healing frequencies that from forever ago in Lemuria, I was accessing and sharing, with the world. These are, according to my source team, the frequencies that Jesus was tapping into, or at least the conduit for him to do those types of healings. And there is required 2 other things, because somebody's got to direct it. Here's the thing, frequencies are great, right? But if there's no director, they just kind of sit there. So how do we make it automatic? Well, here's the good news. Your higher self. So in the automatic alignment activator, your higher self takes charge and plays the role of attention keeper, if you will, because you've already, with that power level of 9 or 10 out of 10, set the intention, created the automatic alignment activator, downloaded it to whomever or yourself is receiving the healing, then the higher self then takes over. And the higher self actually guides or works with the God team or the source team. That could be your angels, ascended masters, whoever is helping you in this reality, in this timeline, help them actually complete the healing. Because a lot of times it's not us, humans that are doing the healing work on the etheric metaphysical realm. It is they who are helping us to do that. However, they don't do it automatically without us asking. It's part of what we need to learn to do to play in this game of life, is to actually request, direct, command, those kinds of actions and support from our support team. They're here to support us, but if we do not request support, they kind of go, need time, just ask us, right? So in this case, the higher self is involved, the source team or God team that you have is involved, and of course, the TOLPAKAN healing frequencies that help you heal faster and with greater grace and ease than ever before. So the automatic alignment activator works pretty much 24/7, ongoing, and you can, of course, change it to a different one. You can actually download or create, if there isn't one already, a different one. Now, sometimes you'll be like, oh, I would like an automatic alignment activator to help restore all my boundaries, all 7 of them all the time. Well, guess what? We already made that one. So you don't have to remake everything. One of the things you can do, if you do divine muscle testing that we teach you in TOLPAKAN level 1, is you can just ask, is there an automatic alignment activator for this order that I want to do? For this intention. If there is, then just download it to yourself. You don't have to be a power level of 9 or 10 because you don't need to create it. It's already created. There's a lot already created. Some of us, especially the healing types 4s, maybe the 5s, are in charge of creating new ones when it is appropriate and for the highest good. So many people don't have to create them, but just know that if your attention levels are really high, you've been doing TOLPAKAN healing for a while, your quote unquote power levels are 9 or 10 out of 10, then you can create new ones. Here's the change this past week. I like these hints that the universe gives me because, well, in this case, I was like, that's interesting. I'm partial proxy again. Oh, that's interesting. I'm partially reversed again. Whose stuff is it, right? My favorite question, whose stuff is it? And in this case, it was various others, Mother Earth a couple of times, all of humanity, sensitive souls quite a few times. And I said, okay, they're trying to hint something to me. why is this happening so often? I wasn't terribly symptomatic, but I could tell because I'm that sensitive and because I do a very precision sport. I do figure skating, and figures in specifically very precise, right? I could tell, okay, my hip's not doing what it was doing on Monday. So something is going on, and let me test. And what I found out is that in the past, the only, let's just say, other person aside from myself that I could do these 24/7 healings for and download automatic alignment activators for en masse were light being starseeds. Why? Probably because one of my souls is a light being starseed. So a light being in another timeline incarnated into a human body. I have a couple of souls, but that's the one that is soul part light being starseed. So what happens to me as light being starseed, if it's for the highest and greatest good, will happen to all light being starseeds. So any healing I do for myself, it heals everybody, and vice versa. And so if I create an automatic alignment activator for light being starseeds, it automatically downloads and activates in them. I usually don't even have to ask. However, I did ask years ago, can I do that for Earth angels? Like all Earth angels on the planet? The answer was no. Can I do that for all indigos or rainbow children or like embodied starseeds from the seventh dimension? Or how about all of humanity? How about all sensitive souls? The answer was no, 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 and no. Not yet. I'm like, oh, not yet. Not yet. So what has to happen for me to be able to, do that to make things easier for everyone? The answer was divine timing, Ascension. So that was like, okay, so we get to a certain area where we've expanded to a certain degree, then it's available. The answer was yes. So I've been waiting very patiently for this, but I do check periodically. And when this was happening this past few days, I was like, maybe I'll ask that question again. Am I allowed to create an automatic alignment activator, which actually works for all of humanity? Yes. Exciting. All sensitive souls? Yes. All earth angels? Yes. Mother Earth? Yes. OMG. That's going to save me some time. Now, you might argue, well, what if it's not for that person's highest and greatest good? Maybe they have to struggle a little bit more, to become more evolved. And yeah, it's not going to happen if it's not for the highest and greatest good. And from time to time, like for example, sensitive souls, I do have a AAA that's downloaded to all sensitive souls, and it's a very general one. So there may be some that, didn't get it, or it's not for your highest and greatest good. But the one I downloaded earlier in the week was to stop becoming polarity reversed when it's not your role to do that, when it's not for the highest greatest good, when you don't need to, when you don't need a message, when you don't need to be reversed for part of the healing. That AAA has been downloaded to all sensitive souls. Now, if you're wondering, oh, did I get it? Well, likelihood if you're listening to this, you probably did. Now, that being said, I did. I am a sensitive soul, and I went partially reversed again because the message for me was like, keep going. There's something else. There's something else we need you to know, right? So I was like, well, is that AAA not working? Well, yes, it's working. Well, is it working for me? No. Okay. Why? Because we need you to do something else. Not need is not the right word, but we would like you to address something else. Or give us, because I'm like the messenger, right? So I'm here to give you the messages of what's going on. So that's really neat that we have reached, if you will, the Ascension place or upgrade or whatever, where we can do these big, huge automatic healings for others, which is very exciting. So here's the thing. Can I do an automatic alignment activator to heal everything and everyone under the sun all at once? No. However, I can, for each group, ask for and create an automatic alignment activator for a particular goal. For example, for repleting and restoring all 7 boundaries. That would be a AAA, right? That I could do for all sensitive souls all at once. That continues to heal them 24/7. Now, One thing about the 24/7, that automatic alignment activators work 24/7 without stopping. However, we have noticed that, for example, if there is an automatic alignment activator to help someone, let's say, rebalance their clairs, like clairsentient, clairvoyance, clairaudience, to rebalance them after every ascension upgrade. Okay, so there's a AAA for that. It's a good thing because sometimes the clairsentience or clairvoyance gets a little off, it's too much, so you need to rebalance it. And maybe if that used to take 5 days, the automatic alignment activator would basically help you do it automatically. But it wasn't instantaneous. Not at that time. It might have been, instead of 5 days for you to rebalance on your own after an Ascension upgrade, it might have taken an hour. Better than 5 days, right? But it's still an hour. And more likely, sometimes things happen automatically and rebalance automatically, and it takes much more than 5 days. It could be 2 weeks. And then the automatic alignment activator, for every Ascension upgrade, it might take a day or 2 days to complete that rebalancing of, for example, the clairs. So what happens if you have multiple Ascension upgrades every day? Right, so if Monday there's an Ascension upgrade at 4 p.m. and it's going to take 24 hours to process that 24/7 healing, right? So 4 p.m. the next day is when it finishes. What if between 4 p.m. and the next 4 p.m. there are 3 more Ascension upgrades? Is that 24/7 bubble still working? Yes, it is. But we're counting from times 0 again for the next one and times 0 again for the next one, right? So it pushes out the eventual completion of processing of that healing out until we stop having so many Ascension upgrades so quickly. So the AAAs were great because we didn't have to pay attention to it. We didn't have to constantly do, have our minds focused on the result we wanted and call for it every single day. However, it still wasn't as fast as we would like. Better than nothing, though, right? Thank you, higher self. Thank you, source team. Thank you, TOLPAKAN Healing Frequencies. And then enter Ascension 3. So Ascension 3 is energy-infused jewelry. So it's TOLPAKAN Healing Energy Infused. It has the frequencies of my flagship products, Ascension 1 and Ascension 2, which are part of the Light Warrior Bootcamp program for healing entities and negative energies. Ascension 1 heals negative energy. Ascension 2 downloads positive energies. We need both, and in the past we used to play it on an MP3 and MP4 separately because we could not put it all in one MP3. It was just not possible. Just the media would not carry both sets of and there's a lot of frequencies for one, a lot for two. It wouldn't carry it in one MP3. We had to separate the MP3s. However, in crystal and jewelry, silicone works too, we can. So we've downloaded both Ascension 1, Ascension 2 into Ascension 3 jewelry. And we've also infused other frequencies that my partners at Energy Tools International had on hand, and we also co-created together just to give it a little oomph in some areas. For example, the Schumann frequency, which is very helpful for mitigating the negative side effects of 5G and other EMF that is man-made. We have Hiddenite Gem, and you can look up that. Very, very cool stuff. Flower of Life is basically life, right? So we have those frequencies in here. Now, how does this all, what does this have to do with automatic alignment activators? Well, through the Ascension 3 tool, you can actually do an order that's 24/7, but at singularity speed. So that's immediate, no processing time, nothing. Now, are we allowed to do this for all things? Not necessarily, because for some people, for example, say you're trying to heal your husband. Well, your husband's, maybe stubborn, they don't believe in this stuff, they're really poo-poo it, they don't care, they care of themselves, they're eating too much sugar or beer or whatever it is, right? If you do all the work for him. Does he really learn? Does he really evolve? Not really, right? So you can do those 24/7 singularity speed orders all you want, but it'll help, but he may still have to do his 10% of effort for things to fully heal. So it does not take responsibility away when it's very important for that person to evolve and take responsibility. However, for those things that you are allowed to do 24/7 orders, you can do it faster with the Ascension 3. Now, if you don't have Ascension 3, that's okay. You can still create the Automatic Alignment Activator or ask if it's already created for you, the order that you want, and then just download it to you. Just download it to you. So for today's TOLPAKAN Healing, what I'd like to do is to do a demonstration of how you would create an Automatic Alignment Activator. Now, I'm going to do one that's already created, but then we can show you how you would do the download if it's already created. And then I'll give you I'll give you the example of how to do it with Ascension 3. Now, Ascension 3 is already pre-programmed 24/7 at singularity speed, but I think sometimes our consciousness may need to just pay a tiny little bit of attention and just remember that it can do that. So it may be helpful for you to say 24/7 at singularity speed. So I'll demonstrate that piece for you to add those words in. All right, so let me tune in. I'm going to go into stillness. Let's do it together. So let's get some energy moving, chi and energy, vital force moving, and then you can relax and close your eyes if it's safe for you to do so. Feel the energy pulsing in the hands or wherever you just moved. Focus underneath the surface of the skin. Feel any movement, waves, zings, tingles, movement in the body, and follow the flow wherever it goes without judging it, just letting it be there. Just seeing where the movement goes. For me, it's kind of going all over at the moment. We enter the 0-point field in this space, being fully in the body by paying attention to the energy traveling in the body. That's great. So I'm going to do a couple of TOLPAKAN healing directives. The first one will be to create a AAA. So let me see. I'm going to muscle test. What would be good? Wow, there's so many that have been created. Okay, so let's do one for grounding. Okay, while you're awake. There's already AAA, but I'll remake it as if it's brand new, just because it takes me a while to figure out what we don't have a AAA for. But in this case, we can do it for all. Let's do it for all sensitive souls. Okay, let's do it for all sensitive souls. So here's how it would go. I now command that an automatic alignment activator be created for all sensitive souls in the Infiniverse to automatically ground them while awake to everything and everyone in every way that would be for their highest and greatest good. Thank you. Go ahead and download and activate that AAA to all sensitive souls in the Infiniverse now, with ease, speed, and grace, and all timelines where they exist where allowed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that would be an example of a two-part TOLPAKAN healing directive. Creating a AAA, in this case, we're creating it for the whole group. But you can create one for yourself, obviously. Now, the second demonstration is easier. It's actually just downloading what's already there. So in this case, there is an automatic alignment activator for automatically restoring your healthy boundaries, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, energetic, dimensional, and relational boundaries. So let's download that one. Okay, so this is how it would go. If you were to do that, for a person, I now command the automatic alignment activator for restoring healthy boundaries be downloaded and activated in the highest and best way, all directions of time with ease, speed, and grace in the highest and best way. Thank you. You can say for me, you can say for them, in the middle of that sentence. That works. As long as you're in stillness, it works really well. And then the third example is we would use, our Ascension 3, which, by the way, as of this recording, we have a few days left of the store being open. We're open about once every 6 to 8 weeks or so, and everything's on sale. Spring sale, yay. We are kind of getting rid of as much inventory as we can, so it's much more manageable. So I just told the staff, just put everything on sale. So the jewelry, this is what you would do. Okay, so you would hold on to the jewelry, or if you happen to be one of the lucky ones that has one of the pyramids, because I love these things, they're so gorgeous. You would hold on to it, just pay attention to it for a moment. In this case, you actually don't have to go to stillness, but you can hold on to it, pay attention to it, and you would just say, hey, please download that AAA for restoring boundaries to me. Thanks. So you talk to it like it's a person or a neighbor or, so it's casual. You don't have to, say, I command, blah, 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 right? You can just say, hey, download that AAA to auto clear my house. Yeah, it knows what you mean. So, and the nice thing too is as I do brand new orders, if I do, Ascension 3 orders, brand new orders, or if I'm doing a brand new order when I have Ascension 3 on, if you have Ascension 3 on as well, that order gets transmitted to everybody simultaneously. If it's not for your highest greatest good, it doesn't happen. If it is, you get it. Cool, right? Kind of another form of automated healing. So in summary, the AAAs are really great. It's 24/7. It doesn't seem to work as quickly as Ascension 3. However, both are great. Sometimes you're just not allowed to do something at singularity speed or with Ascension 3. Sometimes I'm not allowed to do things because I need to practice a certain awareness. And it's just, sometimes people with higher spiritual responsibilities, if you will, need to practice things, be aware of it. Because if everything was automatic and we had, there was no effort involved, we'd probably just sit around and, not do anything. We wouldn't be motivated to grow and change and make the world the way that we desire. We would just go, yeah, it's easy. We'll get there, but usually it's after being willing to do the work, and then we experience the ease. Usually not the other way around. But the work doesn't feel like work because it's inspired action. There's a big difference between working hard and nose to the grindstone and feeling horrible about it, and then doing the work because it's amazing, right? The feedback's amazing, the results you get are amazing, the people you affect is amazing, and you just experience grace day by day when that happens. And even if things happen that you don't prefer, it's an abundance challenge, but if you don't react to it and you just go, well, this must be leveling up time. Okay, what are we doing now, right? So doing that, you're evolving and it becomes, the whole life becomes easier for you. And I love giving you tools just to help and support you. So I hope you get that I'm, really, really desiring for you to have fantastic results as quickly and easily as possible. So would love some feedback in the comments. How did that feel? Downloading those AAAs to yourself. Again, you may already have them, but just in case you don't, that's just an example. So have fun with it. Just know it's really, really cool to do this for a whole group. So if there's a AAA that you go, wow, I really would like to make one for all sensitive souls or all earth angels or all star seeds from the 7th dimension or something like that, go ahead and do that because I could use some help, right? Now that we know it's available to do that, it would be great if everybody did their little bit if you want to support those efforts so we can all heal faster, easier, and with greater grace. So the announcements for this week, Light Warrior Radio, we are airing an episode with my friend Kelly Moser, and he is a co-author in the Navigating the Clickety-Clack book that I'm in, Volume 1. And one of the things he likes to say is move your butt, as in B-U-T. So many times, oh gosh, I say it as well. So many times we say things we desire and then we immediately cancel it by putting the word but in there, right? Well, I'd love to lose some weight, but it's really hard to get organic food around here. That's not true. I'm just giving you an example. It might be like, I really want to start my own healing business, but I'm working full-time in my job. I don't really have time to really study how to do that, and I don't really like marketing, right? I would like more clients for my business, but I hate social media and I'm not good at networking, right? So we butt ourselves into a corner and we don't evolve. So he has some really great tools. I had such a great time talking with Kelly, a super, super cool guy. And he's actually changed but to belief, understand, and take. And you'll see what that means when you listen to the show. We're going to discuss how every obstacle can be overcome using the BUT inquiry, and what happens when we kind of do an old habit. How do we handle that and not be really like down on ourselves around it? He has a really quick and easy solution to that as well. So on Monday at 12 noon Eastern, we are releasing the podcast with Kelly Moser, Move Your Butt. I hope you enjoyed as much as I enjoyed interviewing Kelly. It was super, super cool to have him on the show. So some more announcements, some cool stuff, new stuff. Like I said before, Ascension 3, that store is closing on Monday at 11 a.m. Everything is on sale. Please stock up on the 3R formula. If you are in the US, you can get the drops. If you are not in the US, you can get the bands to support your immune system, among other things. And you can charge your water, your shake, whatever it is, with the frequencies there to help you have the positive frequencies of those herbs and those energies to help your immune system and your digestion and to clear, let's just say, yucky energetic debris from your blood, potentially. So 3-hour formula, definitely stock up because, again, we are not open every day of the week. We're just open for 1 week every 6 to 8 weeks or so. And we close on Monday at 11 a.m. Now, if you are listening to this over the weekend, UWealth Revolution is replaying my interview from Monday the 3rd. That was the anxiety frequency, and it was anxiety solutions for sensitive souls. So we talk about what can contribute to anxiety that most doctors don't talk about, and even most holistic people don't talk about because they don't truly understand things beyond the biological. And there's other things beyond energy healing that are important for the anxiety symptom as well. And I'd love for you to know that. So the Anxiety SOS program is a 4-module course, and that is now available through UWealth Revolution. There's a package A, package B, and the package B is where I do the heavy lifting. I do the work for you and with you in our group sessions. And package A is kind of like the DIY, do it yourself. And I give you all the worksheets. You don't have to know how to muscle test, but if you do, it's kind of fun. I give you those exact questions to ask as well, so you can get quality answers from your divine muscle testing. So through Sunday, the replay is free to listen to. If you buy the program, we'll give you a copy of the replay. And also there is a special bonus for those that purchase by Sunday. It's the Access Your Spiritual Gifts 3-hour workshop where we teach you stillness on steroids. Yes, the one class that I've taught. Instead of using your clairsentience to do stillness, like we teach in stillness through observing internal movement, we'll actually have you practice going into stillness through your vision, your hearing, your taste, your smell, because you have other clairs, if you will, your other spiritual gifts through your sensing gifts. So stillness on steroids through Access Your Spiritual Gifts, that will be free for you if you are in the program Anxiety SOS by this coming Sunday. And I'll put the link near this video where you can check out the packages and the replay. And a couple of the things I want to share with you. My friend Eldon Taylor, who's just a beautiful, beautiful person, an amazing, prolific author and creator, has just released a book called Questioning Spirituality. Is it a waste of time to think about God, Now, this is very interesting because he asked me to review this book, and he told me that the reason was because him and his son don't see eye to eye when it comes to spirituality. There's a lot of conservatism, where people are like, well, you have to believe in Jesus, I'm like, yeah, he's a friend, you know what I mean? But it's like, they want you to be in this whole, like, you have to worship this deity and go to church and all this kind of stuff. So I get that is a big turnoff for some of our young people, right? But then sometimes they go completely the other way, which is what happened to me until I got fibromyalgia and really was looking for I want to die. Like, what else is out there, right? But there is spirituality, which is not religiosity. And so Eldon's, kind of making case in this book, and he kind of wrote it for his son. I'm not sure his son's going to read it, but it's just really neat. It's just really neat. So I'd love for you to support Eldon Taylor by purchasing a copy of his Questioning Spirituality book. Let's get it to a bestseller on Amazon. So I'll put that link near this video as well. And then finally, just a reminder that the Light Warrior Training Camp is happening at the end of May, early June, and we are in the early bird pricing right now, so it's thousands of dollars less than the regular price. It's 5-day immersion that you get to be with me in person doing some training and healing, and of course, walking into the lake sacred vortex and doing some great meditation, some music, some movie night. It's going to be super fun, relaxing, and in beautiful Lake Clear, where we have just nature frequencies surrounding us. So that link I'll put near this video as well. Would love for you to join me in person for this special 5-day event. Okay, so that is it for this week. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's Spiritual Medicine Digest. Again, please subscribe to my channel and comment below. Let me know your thoughts around the Automatic Alignment Activator. Maybe you've been using them already. Have you found ones to download for yourself? Are you excited about being able to download or activate or create them for all sensitive souls or all earth angels or all Earths from all timelines all at once? I mean, that's pretty big news. So let's revel in the goodness of that wonderfulness. That sounds kind of weird, but anyway, you know what I mean. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Until next week, lots of love. Bye for now.